back again. Last video we took care of the killer dowel pin on that 12 valve Cummins that's in the new frame and chassis setup over there. I don't know if you can see that. It's dark back there. Yeah, that's where it's at though. Last night I came out, I got the bolts that hold the cab onto this frame out, so the cab is no longer connected to the old frame. Got new rocker panels and cab corners and stuff on this. If you're just joining us, or just joining me, because it's just me, I'm gonna get all this stuff disconnected, what's left, and I'm gonna try to pull the engine and transmission together. It is that standard transmission, the 4-speed. I have the transfer case off of it. It should slide out of there then at that point, but we will see. So I'm gonna set you up here and just get this taken care of. When I got everything disconnected, I'm just gonna throw a chain around that thing and yank it out of there with the tractor. After I get the engine out, there's a little bit more cutting and welding here with the rust repair. That's a little bit of Swiss cheese there. I'm just gonna cut that out, put a new piece in. Let's get into this before you guys are turning off the video. There we go. Yep. We're starting to make some big progress to the point where this is almost ready to go over on the new chassis. I've been talking about this Swiss cheese spot. I'm gonna get to this now. I'm happy with what I got marked out. I'll switch over to the cutting wheel. And it looks like I got a couple spot welds in here on the back edge of the support that are holding that in there, so I gotta figure out how to get those out of there. I'm gonna try a step bit, see if that's strong enough to get through that. Yeah, I got a little shy of the front edge of that support, so that's the cab support that's underneath the truck. Right here is the actual cab mount. That's replaceable if it needs to be. It's not, it doesn't need to be though, it's in good shape. See, if I just flatten this part out, I can trace that onto my new metal and have the exact patch. Now this is my old driver's side fender. If you watched the other video where I was working on the fenders, I fixed the front lower corner of the passenger side fender. It had a rust hole in it. Looked like that. So I fixed that on the other fender. I was planning on fixing that one, but the inside of this one, where the inner fender bolts on, was destroyed with rust. So there was no way I could save that one. So as you can see, there's a brand new one to replace this one. So I'm using this one for patch panels. I'm just going to use my marker and trace this out onto the fender. Then we'll cut that one out and start welding it in. Nice. That's working pretty good. I'm just going to mark where my cab support edge is. That way I can put a couple of spot welds in there. So I got my hired muscle out here. We're about to do some unorthodox stuff with this cab, but it's the only thing I could come up with to do what I want to do with it here. So I got the cherry picker stuck under the firewall. I'm going to jack it up, and hopefully it'll tip it up far enough that it'll tip over and land on these cushions back here. Put some wood under here. Go ahead, pull it tight. Yep. Alright. It's almost to its tipping point. Nice. Well, it's a combination of all this junk, and we put a ratchet strap up there on the lip and hooked it to that one, got it to its tipping point, and worked out really good. Do not try this at home whatsoever, because we actually didn't do this. This was just Hollywood tricks, right? Yeah. But see, we had pillows on the back so it didn't crunch anything. Here's where the inner rocker panel is good to here. So I'm gonna scab in some pieces off my old fender to finish this off. Here's what's left of the inner cab corner. So we'll tack that there and there. Same thing on that side. And I'll probably add a little bit down through here. And then on that side, we did put a new inner rocker panel in, but the cab corner is in the same situation. So I'll put a little piece in there. After that, I'll sandblast the whole bottom of this cab and get it ready for paint. Here's what the bottom of my patch looks like that I just did in the floor. That actually turned out really well. All right, I think that's gonna be a short one actually, but that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next time.